taken time to be here with us on this special occasion of her, and our little girl crosses a major milestone in her life. We are fortunate to have this big family around us in a place which destiny has chosen as home for us. Though we cannot claim music and dance to be a passion of ours, both of these have been an integral part of our lives. And despite the opportunities that Shri and I got in our lives, we did not show the dedication to take it forward to the next level. But like they say, the Almighty has His own ways to get us there. It just took us a generation longer than what we hoped it to be. So, Navya is blessed to be growing up in this part of the world, which leads the world in so many different aspects. And along the way, she did not lose the rich cultural heritage that the east of the world leads the way with. We are very proud of how she has grown to be a balanced individual with her own identity. Even while an event of this nature could be all about her and her own day, she has ensured that She does not forget the social cause that matters most to her. We actually saw her put in her best efforts for the paintings that she put together as part of this event to support the charity that she has been supporting all her life. We are grateful to God for how she has the thoughtfulness as part of her upbringing and her existence, and we definitely want her to lead a life that way, as long as she can. We are extremely grateful and honored by your presence and by the involvement this community has shown towards this event over the past several months. I'm not going to name individuals here, you all know who you are. We wouldn't have been able to pull this all together without your help, so once again, extremely thankful to everybody. And in the past couple of days, I have been struggling with a little challenge on my side itself, and everybody just jumped right in and filled in for all the gaps. So thank you once again, I really appreciate that. Navya has worked very hard for this performance, and we hope that you enjoy this evening as much as we are enjoying hosting the Arangetram. And once again, thank you all for being with us today, and hope you enjoy the event. And at this time, I would like to hand over the mic to our close friends Anjali and Shiva, who are going to walk us through the event, explain the things that matter most for the people who are watching it maybe for the first time, and for others who have watched it many times, it would be a good refresher to understand what the sequence of the events is and what the relevance of the events are. So once again, thank you very much and welcome everybody. Enjoy.
Namaskaram. Good afternoon and welcome to the Bharatanatyam Arangetram of Navya Navnith. As you know, we are gathered here, friends and family, to witness the graduation ceremony of Navya's dance journey. We'd like to give you a quick walkthrough for what to expect before we make way for the star of the afternoon. My name is Anjali, and I, along with Shiv Kumar, will be your MC for the rest of the afternoon.
Thank you, Anjali. And good afternoon, everyone. Before we get into the details, it's my job to walk you through a few house rules. We would request that all of you please follow this. First off, please put all your phones in vibrate or silent mode. We all realize that we have calls to take, calls to make, but request that you do so outside the performance hall. Also, please ask the younger children to stay put and not run around, especially when the performance is on. As most of you know, this afternoon's performance is the result of hours and hours of practice and effort, and we want to ensure a flawless and successful performance. If you do have to exit and enter the auditorium, we ask that you wait for the break in between performances to do so. This university is very strict with the no food or drink in the auditorium policy, so let's all please make note and adhere to that policy, both for ourselves and our children. Lastly, please make note of all the fire exits and the exit closest to you in the case of an emergency.
The star of this evening, Navya Navnith, is currently a rising junior at Avon High School. Academically speaking, the subjects that interest her most are math and arts, and she hopes to learn something that incorporates math and art together, such as architecture. Along with the dance form of Bharatanatyam, she also has a keen interest for sketching and painting. She discovered this when she was around 8 years old while sketching some famous historical personalities for a school assignment. She loves to do henna painting and face paintings and regularly volunteers at birthday parties and fairs. She also helps make props for plays that her mother orchestrates. Thanks to her father, she's been introduced to the world of music through karaoke singing, and she has also learned Indian classical, Carnatic music for 2 years. Since the age of 8, she has performed solo and duet songs with her dad on stages regularly at the local community events. Now that she is in high school, she has developed an interest for sculpting, playing the piano, and playing the acoustic guitar. Last but not least, she's been supporting the American School for the Deaf, one of the few all-deaf schools in America that spearheads the initiative to provide adequate learning opportunities for the deaf community. The ASD is also the charity she has requested us to support this evening. Representing the school, we have Karen Wilson with us today. She is the Director of Clinical Services at the ASD. Navya started learning dance when she was 5 years old. While she was interested in different dance forms like ballet and tap dancing, she quickly became attached to Bharatanatyam. She started performing semi-classical and folk dances for local organizations in Connecticut, and since the age of 10 has become a regular participant in most classical dance performances in our state. She's been very fortunate to receive guidance and coaching from renowned veteran dancers such as Dr. Surinarayanamurthy, Miss Vasanta from Kalamandalam, and Miss Nirmala John. Her first teacher in Connecticut was Urvi Pathak, followed by Jayanti Seshan, and now Aishwarya Chakravarti. Lastly, she requests all of you to please sign in her guest book. You probably saw 2 iPads placed near the entrance on the inside. No, they are not raffle prizes, and you don't get to bring them home. Those are there for you to update her guest book. For those who prefer to use your phones, please visit the website link navyanavnith.com. Look for the drop-down guest book under the Bharatanatyam link. Alternatively, there are QR codes printed out in several locations inside and outside the building, which will bring you to the guest book page on your phones.
Before we get started with this afternoon's performance, just a brief introduction on what the dance form of Bharatanatyam actually is. I promise I won't take up a lot of your time. So the theoretical foundations of the Bharatanatyam dance form are found in Natya Shastra, the ancient Hindu text of performing arts. There is a belief that Bha stands for Bhava, of feelings and emotions. The Ra stands for Raga, melody or the framework for musical notes. And Ta stands for Tala or rhythm. The term Natya is a Sanskrit word for dance. The compound word Bharatanatyam thus connotes a dance form that harmoniously expresses Bhava, Raga and Tala. Bharatanatyam usually consists of Nritya, which includes Nritta or pure dance, and Abhinaya or gesture play. Most Bharatanatyam performances depict stories from Hindu mythology and describe stories and events involving Hindu gods. Arangetram literally means ascending the stage by a dancer on the completion of formal training. The dancer can now move forward and pass on the art form to other aspiring learners of the art. To perform an Arangetram is an old tradition which marks the pathway for a dancer to then perform alone or be able to give training to other dancers. Also, it refers to the graduation ceremony where the guru or teacher presents his or her pupil to the public. The Arangetram is typically accompanied by live music and Nattuangam, where the dance steps are spoken out aloud. Music is traditionally performed by accomplished artists playing at minimum the violin, a southern Indian percussion drum called the mridangam, and a vocalist. Songs are typically set against religious and or mythological stories and are based in the Carnatic traditions of Indian classical music. There are different ragams, which are the key signatures of the song, which are set to specific talams, which are rhythm and tempo patterns.